Shalom, shalom, giving all praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh. We come in here today, the judgment of the great whore, which is America. We're basically prophesying the destruction and downfall of this kingdom. So, matter of fact, give me that video, that warning video. I want to start out with this one because a lot of people's not thinking this thing is taking place, but it is. Go ahead, play it.
For an economic reset. For far too long, we've been living on borrowed time. With low-paying jobs, student loans, and housing starts falling apart. Stock market fears continue to appear, but the direction is clear, and the answers are near. It's the countdown to the collapse. Over 300 retailers have filed for bankruptcy in 2017, and that number is sure to grow. An estimate of more than 9,000 stores will close before the end of the year. The recent news that Judgement has filed for bankruptcy protection has many of its 11,000 employees concerned if they will have a job when the restructuring is complete. Judgement plans to close 375 of its 450 locations. This month, Saks Fifth Avenue and Lloyd & Taylor announced it would lay off 2,000 people. Ascenia, the parent company to Ann Taylor, Lane Bryant, and Dressbarn, intend on closing 650 stores, with Michael Kors planning the closing of 125 stores, and the bleeding continues. The list of retailers in financial trouble include Payless, Bon-Ton, Claire Stores, David Bridal, Everest Holdings, Fairway, Neiman Marcus, 99 cents only stores, Sears, Tom's Shoes, and True Religion Apparel. When major retailers close, it makes shopping malls no longer financially viable and affects commercial real estate, creating a domino effect that will not end well. As a result of store closing, jobs are being lost at an alarming rate. With approximately 4.5 million Americans working in retail, the Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates that 30 to 50% of retail jobs will no longer exist in the coming years. Tens of thousands of jobs have been lost over the last year, and there is no sign of the hemorrhaging stopping anytime soon. With more and more consumers making purchases online, brick-and-mortar operations are finding it hard to compete with giants like Amazon. In addition, technology is reducing the need for human interaction with consumers, which is evident in the rollout of thousands of self-serving kiosks by Wendy's and McDonald's, intended to replace minimum wage paid employees. The implications of so many retailers closing affects employment, real estate, stock values, loan repayments, pensions, and the future of this country. The storm has been forming for many years and is quickly approaching a Category 5 hurricane that will destroy everything in its path. Millions of Americans have already experienced the damage of this financial tsunami, and millions more are in the path of its destruction. You may be safe today, but it's simply the calm before the storm that is coming your way.
All right.
Remember New Orleans?
So, what I've been basically preaching to the choir is that I don't know what people are holding on to, but this place is done for. That's why I try to get y'all to understand about prepping and being at least prepared, because the other nations are. Only somebody going to be really having a hard time is our nation, because they ain't got no resources. They haven't did any prepping, because the Most High going to bring pain on our nation because they wicked as hell. Let's go to Revelation 17:1. Book of Revelation 17:1.
The book of Revelations, chapter 17 and verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven veils.
7 veils, 7 plagues. Read.
And talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore.
See, that great whore is America. Read.
That sitteth upon many waters.
Because when you understand, America sits upon many waters. And the thing is, the judgment, what we be teaching, is here. It's just that our peoples are caught up in these name brand and stuff that have no meaning to them. A lot of them is valueless. It's just how they pump it up in their media. Give me Jeremiah 51 and 12. We're going to come back here. Jeremiah 51 and 12. We're dealing with the great whore. And that's what a lot of our sisters act like. When you see them out there, that's why you see a lot of them, they just dress naked. We tell them about those spandex, but they don't want to hear nothing until starvation hit them. Read out
the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 12. Set up a standard upon the walls of Babylon.
It say set up a standard. That's what we out there doing, prophesying against this place. That standard is talking about this Bible. We out there telling our nation that this place is about to go down in flames. Read on.
Make the watch strong.
Make the watch strong. We are the whites. The brothers out there putting in that work. Read.
Set up the watchmen.
See, we do the watching. That's why we tell our people. We go out and we warn them because the Most High is spiritually putting this information in us. Read on.
Prepare the ambushes.
See, they don't understand. There's ambushes going to come here. A lot of people ain't going to be prepared, man. A lot of your mamas are going to catch hell. A lot of your daddies, your siblings, your children, whoever, kin folks, cousins, in-laws, they about to catch hell around here, man. Them the ones that's going to be trying to break in houses. I keep telling you, food is going to be more valuable than that paper money. Read.
For the Lord hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon.
Read on.
O thou that dwellest upon many waters.
It's saying the same thing, Jeremiah. All the prophets, Isaiah, they spoke about this great judgment coming. Read.
Abundant in treasure.
See, America was once abundant in treasure. You can see that has been taking a decline since the 60s. Read on.
Thine end is come.
See that what?
Thine end is come.
See, this place is done for. That's why I don't understand why no one is trying to hold on to nothing here. The end is here. Read.
And the measure of thy covetousness.
That covetousness. See, a lot of things about America, what they do, they claiming they trying to go out there to Mars, claiming real estate on the moon. They want to control everything because they know that this place is done for. It's the elites that know these things, the lower level knuckleheads, they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing until that bus hit them. That's the problem. Back to Revelation 17 and 2. We're going to be in Revelation 17 today. Y'all can hold that precept. Read that out.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth had committed fornication.
See, these kings, these other nations, so-called Africans, so-called Japanese, Chinese, they all have committed fornication against us. They all bloodsuck in our neighborhoods. They all got their business in our neighborhoods. And I'm going to tell you something. If we set up a business in their neighborhood, you'll hear crickets outside. They won't even come in. They might come in there and ask you for some direction somewhere, but they ain't coming in there to buy nothing from you. It's just our nation is the fool. We want to accept everything and anybody. We want to continue running up in these stores and continue supporting their business when we setting up our own business in here. That's what we do here in One Body. We about setting up business and brokering and dealing amongst each other. That's how you create, that's how you keep the money flowing amongst your own nation. Read on.
And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
See them spirits, man. All these nations got the same spiritual wickedness as America. They all dressed in them same killer suits, just like our people. They thinking they pimp clean, ain't they? Just some wicked Negroes in suits. Jeremiah 51 and 6. Let's go back. Y'all can hold these two precepts. That way y'all kind of get through here kind of easy today. Read out
the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
That's saying come out of the ways of this place, man. I don't know how many times we have to tell our peoples, you got to change. You can't continue the same spirit here. Because I'm going to tell you something. When the drama comes to your mama, don't call because you've been warned. When these things start happening, you're going to be warned that these things are going to happen. And I'm going to tell you something. Our peoples ignore it because they used to waking up in Walmart's open. They used to waking up in Popeye's chicken open. See, when they wake up when the Walmart's and the chicken shacks closed down, then they got problems, man. They don't know how to cultivate no land. They don't know how to do anything with their hands. They totally dependent on the other nations. Read on.
And deliver every man his soul.
That's why I say flee. It ain't talking about leaving, going some other country to done doctrine. Where are we going to go? It say deliver every man his soul. We warning our people, man, but they stiff-necked and hard-headed. Read.
Be not cut off in her iniquity.
Don't be cut. And I tell y'all, I said, don't be cut. Don't be in places that you don't need to be in, man. Because when the Most High bring that drama, guess what? You deserve it because you fail to understand. You should do amongst your own nation now. This is nation building time. Our people don't want a nation. They want to continue with the same thing that they have been doing. They hard-headed and they stiff-necked. When Junior or somebody get their head blown off, then they the one gonna be doing the most hollering. Because they gonna know. I was told this. So if you finna walk out in front of that train, somebody saying stop, you continue. We basically warning our peoples today. Stop. Read.
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
See, it's the time of the Lord's vengeance now. This place is done for, man. Read on.
He will render unto her a recompense.
Payback for all the wickedness that have been done here. Give me that other video right quick, Art. Stay right there in Jeremiah.
GameStop all announcing store closures in recent weeks. Sears says it isn't sure it'll be around by next year. The news about retail got me wondering, are we seeing the end of malls? Well, I learned maybe not just yet, but experts I've talked to say we are witnessing an evolution of retail. It's been happening for the past couple of decades now. One reason for the shift may seem obvious, online sales. But there are others, for example.
See, you got to understand, Satan speaks with a forked tongue. It's not going to tell you the economy is collapsing. Play on.
Well, customers want to find the best bargain at stores like Walmart and Target. In our area alone, we've seen Randall Park Mall in North Randall.
Target's is closing too. Lowe's is closing. You got all Lowe's, a hardware store.
Yeah.
A store that is needed. When you got these kind of stores closing, that's why I keep trying to tell you, things are going to fold up around here, and every wicked spirit going to get caught slipping. Play on.
And Rolling Acres Mall in Akron closed, and the impact will be felt far beyond empty parking lots. Cities lose out on sales tax and other revenues when shoppers go elsewhere. So what can be done about it?
There's nothing can be done, man. This place is done for. America is done for. If anybody holding on here, they holding on to smoke. We need Jeremiah 51:7.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
Most Babylon has been a golden cup, man. This is the place all these other nations want to come to because they speak how you can come here and you can make it. This is the American dream, which has been an American nightmare for the Israelites.
That's right.
So you got a few sellout coons that don't made it here that they really ain't got anything. They just a week from a paycheck from being kicked out on the curb too. That's why a lot of times people don't understand this pension fund with the police and the fire departments. They don't understand. They never gonna receive no money, man. They ain't doing nothing but lying to these peoples, man. It's smoke and mirrors now. You know,
that made all the earth drunken.
See, it made all the earth drunken. See, everybody want to be like Babylon.
The nations have drunken of her wine.
Lies. That's all they feed their community. The same lies that America has taught them. Read on.
Therefore, the nations are mad.
That's what you're seeing over there. They're going crazy. When you look over there in them nations over there, as we get down in here, we're going to show you that these other nations' economy is upside down. They can't find work. See, it's hard for them over there now. So now they're going to be mad at the whore. Read on.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
See, Babylon is done for. Anybody holding on to hear anything, man, you deserve death. I warn our people, man, it's nothing here. What are we holding on to? This place has only been oppressing us for centuries. And we want to still reward this place. You know?
Howl for her.
How? What did he say?
Howl for her.
You can howl for this place all you want to. Ain't nothing going to be done for her. Read.
Take balm for her pain.
Take balm for her pain. Man, you can put ointment on it, just like the Bible's talking in the allegory. Yeah, you can do anything you can. There's nothing going to save Babylon. You would never make America great again, because the only time America was great when they had us in hard bondage slavery. Read.
If so be she may be healed.
See, this place would never, ever, ever be healed. Read on.
We would have healed Babylon.
See, the Most High said we would have healed Babylon. Read.
But she is not healed.
She is not healed, man. Read.
Forsake her.
They say disown this place, man. Read.
And let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
See, this place is done for, man. Anybody holding on to Babylon? You see how people out vote yesterday? Be out being a good nigga, man. Talking about all people died for them to vote. Please give me call one slave and tell me the one that got hung in that tree, he died for you to vote, man. Please, somebody tell me some sister got raped. Please call that sister and ask her that she okay that you vote for your enemy, the same man that raped her. So they need to get on with that garbage, man. And that's just them stepping fast. I see people telling me, yeah, I voted. Who you vote for? Your vote don't even count. Anything changed in our neighborhoods in the last 300 plus years? No. Not one change. So what you voting for? Pull your money together and be about your own nation. All people want to be the sucker, man. And that's what's wrong with them. They want to be the sucker. But give me this other video, man. Let me see. Maybe I don't. Go down a little bit. We understand those malls closing. Keep going. Right. Go back a little bit. Go back. Right there. See, then go back just a little bit more. A little bit more. Now play it.
Went on the weekends, we would go to the Auntie Anne's pretzel stand, and we would go to Abercrombie, and we would walk around the mall and hang out there for hours. Then the recession hit, and not only did the spending slow down, but people's values changed. People are now spending more on experiences over things, especially the apparel industry has been hit especially hard. Another big factor that I always consider when we're talking about malls is the rise of technology. When you go online to Amazon, you can read thousands of reviews from people who have had this product, tried it out, maybe had issues with it, maybe have been using it for a year and say it's great. And that's so much more credible as a consumer than what a retail worker is going to tell you. That's just how it is. It's also more convenient. When we talk about e-commerce, that's definitely a huge threat to retailers that have large store bases, but it still accounts for only about 8% of total retail sales. I think that one of the biggest threats to traditional retailers today is just changing shopping habits. It's people really want deep, deep discounts. They're going to places like TJ Maxx. They're going to Amazon, and they're shopping for clothes at Amazon. This is something.
See, these places are struggling too. See, Esau gonna give you the softer side of it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. They're struggling too, man. Yeah, they go into those cheap outlet stores, and the stuff that you buying in there ain't worth your money. You're just burning your money. But you can't tell our nation that, man, because they more smarter than Daniel, man. And they pretty much know everything. That's why we try to tell our people. That's all we're going to need on that. Let's go back to Revelation 17:3. That's why we try to show our nations by that continuum. You'll have a lot of them out here supporting these Cowboys, these football teams, these basketball teams. Let me tell you something, man. Jerry Jones ain't did nothing for the community here in the Metroplex. Ain't now owner, and now all they do is take it. Nobody understands it. Then they use our nations as low-end wage, hired staff to clean their stadiums, to serve their beers. When a beer there probably costs you $17, and the person that working serving and making $8. So how can you reward yourself by doing these things, going to these stadiums, man? Like I try to tell you, it's okay to glance at whites. I'm not telling you not to do that, but you don't promote the garbage because you have to understand you're an Israelite. You only promote this. I watch the news. I watch other garbage in certain movies and things I be wanting to see. I keep my eye on everything. These stadiums are suffering, but they won't tell you that. But see, we still caught up in Babylon. Back to Revelation 17:3.
The book of Revelations, chapter 17 and verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast.
See, a scarlet is a red. That's what this is just giving you an analogy of. And that woman, let's keep reading.
Full of names of blasphemy.
See, that's all. In every country that he's in, that's all they do. It's all about lies. I put that video up yesterday about the fake Jewish Holocaust. They took it down in a couple minutes. They said it was hate speech. How was it hate speech when it was proven facts that these people was putting out that the Holocaust never happened? Proven facts, and they call it hate speech. That's why I try to tell people about sharing and making sure they keep pumping and keep doing this work. We in captivity. Read on.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns.
10 horns, man. That's the EU. When you look at the 10 horns when it was established, you got certain countries like Belgium, France, Netherlands, Denmark, Ireland, United Kingdom, Greece, Germany, Italy, Luxembourg. That's that 10 horns. And you got them 7 heads are those 7 countries. That's Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, and Great Britain. So let's go to Revelations 12:3. See, because when you're looking at that scarlet colored beast, it was red. But read that right quick.
The book of Revelations, chapter 12 and verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven.
Read.
And behold, a great red dragon.
See, the same nation, man. That's what your NWO is all about. This nation ruling the earth. Read on.
Having 7 heads.
See, the same thing. These 7 countries. Read.
And 10 horns.
Read on.
And 7 crowns upon his head.
See, and let's get there. Let's go to Jeremiah 49:22. Jeremiah 49:22.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 22.
See, this here is going to let you know what that word means of calling Esau a woman. Esau got a very effeminate spirit. When you look at that Statue of Liberty out there, that's a big man in a dress out there. Nobody want to hear the truth, man. We want to be unified in lies. And some of Israel like that too. Read that out.
Behold, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 22. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle.
So I guess this is the Arabs. What's the Arab? See, this is what makes me sick with Israel. Read on.
And spread his wings over Basra.
That's the capital of Edom. Read.
And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman.
Hold up, as a what?
The heart of a woman.
They're going to have the mind of a woman here, man. Read.
In her pain.
In her pain, man. They got the mind of a woman here. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. See, I watch the little signs that they throw. See, Jim Carrey said he ought to grab Ted Cruz Pete. I've been like, man, Ted Cruz look like an old, wrinkled, like a white lady, man. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Why would he say that? See, you got some of these men around here, women's. They got the spirit of women's. But nobody want to believe the truth, man. Back to Revelation 17:4. We want to be continued. No, man, you can't be talking about my... Some of you still got them idols in your head. Some of you still holding on to something out there in the world. What is it? Beyonce. I'm just asking, man. Some of y'all still holding on to people's out there. Who? What? Why? These are idols, man. What do you think American Idol is all about? It's a rigged show already. It's just, all it is reality television. The whole thing itself has been reality television from the jump. All people. Read out
the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
And it's telling you they had the spirit of a homosexuals here. That's why it's called Sodom here. Read on.
And decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abomination.
Full of what?
Full of abomination.
Read on.
And filthiness of her fornication.
And filthiness of her fornication, man. Jump over to Revelations 18 and 12. Let's see, because this is telling you, I'm just letting you know, this is Babylon, this is America. This is the great whore that sat on many waters. No, don't call it America. We love America. You got so many people out here calling themselves, I'm American. No, you're not. Read up.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 12. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of precious wood and of brass and iron and marble.
When you see some of these boats that Esau got, they decked out better than your crib. These boats cost more than your house. You seen some of them RVs that they ride around in? You ought to go into some of them houses, man. This man they live in it. We out here pretending. We want to be like the Joneses and ain't got no Jones money. We got slave money. They got a nickel in your pocket. Read on.
And cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beast, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves.
And what?
And slaves.
Believe this, they got slaves in every country, man. Because now you're dead slaves. Read.
And souls of men.
And what?
And souls of men.
They got the Israelites in captivity. Read on.
And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee.
See, a lot of y'all lusted after these same things, man. You're holding on to something. You're going to drown soon. Read.
And all things which were vanity and goodly are departed from thee.
See, this stuff is going to be gone, man. Some of these things, you know how you like to go by this. You know, a lot of y'all still stopping by the corner store, get you a bottle of water, ain't you? You go in there and you pay $2 for a bottle of water when you can go get a whole 24-pack, man. How stupid are you, man? This is a stupid nation. I don't go in the corner stores. But see, our people do it. It's not. You don't think you in Walmart. Go to these stores and get you a 24-pack. Have your water with you. Some of our people just don't think. Read.
And thou shalt find them no more at all.
See, after a while, the luxuries and the things that you used to love, they're going to be gone. This place is done for. A lot of you go through some of these. I went through some of these small towns. They ghost towns, basically. They got $1 General open, and that's Walmart in the neighborhood. Y'all don't understand what's going on outside your zip code. Read on.
The merchants of these things, which were made by her.
See, made her rich, read.
Shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing.
Read on.
Saying, alas, alas, that great city,
that great country,
that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold, and precious stones and pearls.
See, this place here, man, y'all don't understand. Go to the White House. We built it. Go to some of these houses, man, and you go into any city, they gonna have the best of the best. And a lot of stuff that you go on their side of town, you don't got a Trader Joe in the hood, do you? Somebody ever seen one? Certain stores you don't have in your hood, they try to have the best for them, man. That means you have to travel outside your neighborhood to try to go get some fresh fruits. Give me 2 Thessalonians 2:3. But see, our people, we can't let go. I got to hold on, man. I'm gonna be having fun this Thanksgiving. Okay. Let that ship split them clouds, man. Read that right quick.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
It say, let no man deceive you. We've been deceived, Israel. We've been deceived by our own peoples. We've been deceived by the 2/3. We've been deceived by the enemies. Because I seen them when that incident at that store, them Chinese had a sale. Them nigga was out there in line, man. All you gotta do is tell them they get 10% off. They'll run over you. Why they can't just wear their natural hair? Why we got to continue going in there supporting their children? But like I say, we a fool for us. We suckers. Read up.
For that day shall not come.
See, that second coming of Christ, read.
Except there come a falling away first.
The truth, man.
And that man of sin be revealed.
See, that man of sin is Esau. See, that's the black woman lover. Esau. Read.
The son of perdition.
See, the son of destruction. Read.
Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God.
Read on.
Or that is worshipped, so that he is as God sitteth in the temple of God.
In our homeland, calling themselves the real Jews. Over here with Christianity. Read on.
Showing himself that he is God.
Giving you their images. Read on.
Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
All you been there is this stuff is being retaught back to you again. Paul telling you, I told you these things. And now your memory is being refreshed again. Read on.
And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in this time.
This second coming, this withholding. Read on.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
Read on.
Only he who now let until he be taken out of the way.
You're gonna have to take this man out the way. You gotta get to read it right out. When you don't, it throws me off. Read on.
And then shall that wicked be revealed.
And then that wicked man will be revealed. This whole kingdom is set up on wickedness, on lies, deceit. Read on.
Whom the Lord shall consume.
The Lord is going to consume him. Read.
With the spirit out of his mouth.
This truth. We are here putting in this work. Read.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
He's going to destroy everything, man. Everything about this society. As the Israelites increase, Esau's kingdom continue to crumble. Read on.
Even him whose coming is after the work of Satan.
See, everything about this society and some of our people, we don't care. Everything, his thing is all about being the adversary, the enemy of God. That's all some people, that's Satan, man. Who is this guy? This is a nation of peoples. Read on.
With all power and signs and lying wonders.
Everything about this place, man. Don't believe nothing coming from your news because they all report the same thing. They all owned by the Bilderbergs and the Rothschilds. So you're getting dummied down even watching the news. You got to have a filter. Some of y'all, we're not spiritual yet. We don't know what to believe and what not to believe. It's got a lot of things going on out here. Give me back to Revelation 17:5. See, this is Esau kingdom. He's going to be revealed. He's being revealed as we speak today. But, you know, some people love it here. I can't see how can you love a place where you're stressed out. Where if you lose your job, you lose everything. How can you love a place where you got to pay taxes on everything? You got a car, you still got to go pay something on it. Esau wants you to have insurance on it. You own your house, you still got to pay property taxes. You don't own nothing around here. Probably not even your clothes. He'll come take that if you want to.
Read up the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery.
See, this place is a mystery because every doctrine teaches, they'll tell you Babylon is talking about Rome. They'll tell you Babylon is talking about Jerusalem. They'll tell you Babylon is talking about everything but America. That's why it's a mystery. Read.
Babylon the Great.
Because no pastor's preaching on this. They're in there singing and dancing for it. I seen the pastor, they was making it rain on him today. Like, man, what kind of, man, this is nothing but a strip club. He was in there basically a stripper in there for the sisters, and they were just throwing their little money up on the stage. It's silly, man. Read on.
The mother of harlots.
See, he say this place is the mother because everybody else acts just like it. Read.
And abominations of the earth.
This place is an abomination of the earth. So, why is we holding on to something here? I don't know. Philippians 3 and 17. Why are we still holding on here? We need to be praying to our God, come and retrieve us out of this madness, man. Come and save us from this wicked empire. These evil beings. We need to be praying that daily. Read up
the book of Philippians, chapter 3, verse 17. Brethren, be followers together of me.
See, it's saying brothers, sisters, be followers together of me. Read.
And mark them, which walk so as ye have for an example.
See, we have to be an example to our nation. And we have to mark those that don't want to, man. We have to understand people are going to be coming in here. They looking for buddy, friendship. You know, just want to hang out. They see we got a little something going on. You know how black people are, they're curious. But this is a mission. We about your house shop business. Read.
For many walk, of whom I have told you often.
Read on.
And now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Christ.
Some people in the truth are the enemies of the cross of Christ. They don't want to pick up their cross and do this work. They got better things to do. Some of them still at home serving tables, man. Some of them still got that slacker spirit. Some of them still don't understand what this is all about. Some of them at right now with a boo or with a boo-boo laying beside charcoal. Just telling you, man. It's important. I tell people, your family try to get them in here, man. I mean, it's that serious. You know,
whose end is destruction.
What is their end?
Whose end is destruction.
See, they thinking they laying by babe or somebody at home with mama right now. She in there frying pork chops. He telling her, but she ain't listening. Their end is destruction, man. Their end is destruction.
Read. Whose God is their belly.
Read on.
And whose glory is in their shame. Who mind earthly things.
Hold up, what do they mind?
Who mind earthly things.
They still caught up on the things here, man. They still want to be doing the things that they hear. You got to change, Israel. When you still want to do the things that you think is important, you got a downfall coming. Back to Revelation 17 and 6. All I'm doing is trying to show you this place is a mystery because some people still want to do the earthly things. You got Israelites that still supporting football teams. You got Israelites still doing wicked things out there, going to a little junior game. If that game on Friday night, believe me, I wouldn't care if my son was a 5-star recruit. I won't be there. And I'll be telling him, don't play, because sports tear your body down. Let me tell you something. When you got your children's out there working their hard muscle up, believe me, they're going to die early. Because that muscle ain't meant to be stretched like that. Esau know these things. Esau know what he's doing. You only get your 15 minutes. A lot of people's like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson got famous when he got old, 21, 22, 26, almost 30. When he died at 50, 20 years. I'm talking about, I want a lifetime of having money and living good, not a seasonal.
Read out the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
See, he seen the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. This woman has been killing us, man, and enjoying it. That's why you see a lot of them, that gun that they're supposed to kill Trayvon Martin, sold over $600,000. One of them cops killing somebody, he got $1 million in his account. They enjoying it, man. Read.
And with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua.
We went through this class. We learned about the disciples and how they killed them. But nobody cares about these things. Read. And hold up. And we thinking these people are going to change. You got to be a fool.
Read on. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
When he say, man, why? Why is the nation that have so much hatred for us? Because we got the blessing. Because we got next. It's a hatred. And people saying, no, not all of them. They born with it. They born wicked. I know it's hard, man, but some people like some of them, okay, they may be good to you. But cross Becky. And watch out what happened. Cross them and you will see. Just like that book When I Was a Slave. Anybody got that book? I want to show you something. You got it, Moses? You got it? Give me that part where the sister was beating that child. That Edomite was beating that child. I ain't going to call them no sisters. We have to get that out of our system, too. The one was beating the little child, man. Beat the child bloody. You got it, yo? Page 5. You got it? Get it, yo. Read that part right quick.
From the book When I Was a Slave. That was in St. Louis where I was born. You see, my mama belonged to old William Cleveland and old Potty Cleveland. And they was the meanest two white folks that ever lived.
See, because now they try to stay segregated. They try. You don't see them in our neighborhood. They not speaking to you anyway. These peoples are some mean peoples, man. They got hatred for you. Read.
Because they was always beating on their slaves.
See, read on.
I know because mama told me. And I hears about it in other places. And besides, old Polly, when she was a poly devil.
See, they were read on.
If there was ever one. And she whipped my little sister that was only 9 months old. Just a baby to death.
To what?
To death.
Read on.
She come and took the diaper off of my little sister and whipped till the blood just ran. Just cause she cried like all babies do. And it killed my sister.
That's it on there, man. So when you're thinking you seeing some of the stuff that's going on right now, some of these Edomites, their spirit is coming back on them, man. They want to rule over you. See, These are the same peoples here today. Some of them knowing that you can cut. Matter of fact, it was a so-called Israelite down there trying to vote. Lady down there in Houston told her if she'd came in there with her blackface on. See, they don't change, man. I have to tell you the truth. It's inside them. You can't take it out. There's no cure for what they have for us. Let's go back. Let's go to Revelation 6 and 8. I'll just be trying to give y'all who this nation is. Read that out.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse.
Talk about Esau. Read.
And his name that sat on him was Death.
See, and what was his name?
Was Death.
See, that's his name. Y'all need to start calling him by his name, Death. Read.
And hell followed with him.
And what?
And hell followed with him.
Read on.
And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword.
Read on.
And with hunger.
Read.
And with death. And with the beasts of the earth. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God.
See, we know.
And for the testimony which they held.
See, a lot of people stand back with this truth, man. Esau did a lot of murdering for the truth. There's a lot of Israelites probably waking up back in the day. Esau come poison your water, man. Y'all don't understand this nation. Love somebody that don't love you. Revelation 17 and 7.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 7. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman, and of the beast that carrieth her, and hath the 7 heads and 10 horns.
Giving you all this information about who this is. Give me Ezekiel 32 and 29. We're going to come back here. The thing is, you precept it. It's like a story. It's giving you the identity, all the information you need that America is Babylon. But some other people, we don't want to believe that. Read out.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 32, verse 29. There is Edom, her kings and all her princes, which with their might are slain.
Read that again.
Which with their might are laid by them that were slain by the sword.
Read on.
They shall lie with the uncircumcised.
People that's not in this truth. Read.
And with them that go down to the pit.
Down the hill. Read on.
There be the princes of the north.
North America. Read on.
All of them. And all of the Zidonians, which are gone down with the slain.
Which are gone down. Our nation. Read.
With their terror they are ashamed of their might.
Read.
And they lie uncircumcised with them that be slain by the sword, and bear their shame with them that go down to the pit.
See, some of our people, they don't never want to let go. And they going to go down, that 2/3 going to go down with them, man. They going to die here too. Because Esau is a monster, man. When you really understand the demon in this nation, that when you really understand the school system, 12 years of lies, go to college, 4 more years of lies. I heard somebody call somebody educated. Nobody educated out there, man. Everybody walking dummies. Get on that highway, you'll find out. They drive like Mad Maxes out there, man. Revelation 17:9. You see some of these same people, the ones that's shooting in each other's cars. Some of them got 2 and 3 degrees. Read that up.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 9. And here is the mind which hath wisdom.
Start at verse 8.
Verse 8. The beast that thou sawest and is not.
Wrong. Read.
And shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition.
Destruction. This Rome was destroyed. Read.
and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder.
Wonder what happened. Read.
Whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world.
Who is wrong today? America. Americans. The fake Jews. The peoples over there in Europe, Sweden, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Germany, Russia. Their names are not written in the book of life. Read on.
When they behold the beast that was and is not.
Read.
And
Hold up. We at verse 8. Keep reading.
And is not, and yet is. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains.
7 rulers. Read.
On which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings.
See, this is what it's talking about. 7 kings that's ruling. Read.
5 are fallen.
5 are fallen. Those 5 are Greece, France, Spain, Germany, and Russia. You don't hear nothing coming from these countries. Read on.
And one is.
One is Great Britain. Read.
And the other is not yet come.
And that other is America. Read.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
See, America is only going to be here for a short space, a short time. This place is not here for eternal. This place is done for. But you can't tell that to our nation. Read on.
And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th.
America is that 8th beast. Read.
And is of the 7th.
And is the 7th.
And goeth into perdition.
Destruction too. Read on.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings.
10 kings. 10 kings. The EU. Read.
Which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
1 hour. 1 hour in the Lord's time is 1,000 years. So they receive power with this king, man. With America. But see, America is ran closely behind doors by other peoples. The Bilderberg, the Rothschilds. You know, they set up people go out and vote yesterday. Your vote ain't going to change nothing. The people that's running the things behind the scene, they in control. So don't vote all you want to, man. Daniel's 2:41. Let's get some understanding. Go vote all you want to. It's worthless. Your vote don't count nowhere. Then I heard they was talking in Florida, giving the guys in the penitentiary an opportunity to vote. Man, who they voting for? They still gonna get racial discriminated on against, housing discriminated on against. What do it change? Black men get shot down, getting incarcerated, profiled by the police, arrest and oppress them. What do your vote change? Somebody, when you get on there, type it in. Tell Moses, what do your vote change, so he can tell me. Read
the book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes,
America, read.
Part of potter's clay,
read.
And part of iron.
Part of iron, read.
The kingdom shall be divided.
It's going to be divided, read.
But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron.
An army, read on.
For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with merry clay.
Read on.
And as the toes of the feet were part of iron.
See, these are as EU, read.
And part of clay. So the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with merry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
All these nations, man, they make sure that they're trying to hide themselves. A lot of people don't even understand why you're seeing these mixed relationships on these television commercials. Why are you seeing it more and more and more and more? Trying to hide himself. You have to understand, this man is in a panic mode. He understands that his kingdom is coming down. So he's going to try and hide his seed. You're going to have some chocolate covered, he's walking around. I'm just telling you, so be expecting it. Read on.
But they shall not cleave one to another.
They're not going, the Most High going to break that spirit because they have been working together in unity. But the Most High gonna break that spirit on them because their peoples are starving in their countries. What can they do? Build birds, they don't care. Let me tell you something. Some of their own peoples are gonna be casualty at these wars. Read on.
Even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Iron is not mixed with clay. And let's go back to Revelation 17 and 13. These nations are not going to stand strong. That iron mixed with clay makes it weak, man. And you look at Sweden, Netherlands, Luxembourg, these countries are in financial destruction right now. They're over there reeling, and then you got these other nations coming into their countries. Where do you think all the people from Syria that have been dispersed into other countries, making the economy even weaker? That's why I told y'all, I seen that bottled water went up from, you used to can get Ozarka 3 for $9.99, now it's 3 for $12.99. Just letting you know things are changing if you're not examining it. Read that out.
The book of Revelations, chapter 17 and verse 13. These have one mind.
See, they all was working together, man. Read.
And shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
Unto Esau, the king, the Amalek, really. Might well call him. Read on.
These shall make war with the Lamb.
These all are preparation to fight Yahushua, man. They already getting ready to fight. But read on.
And the Lamb shall overcome them.
They ain't got a pot to piss in, man. So they can get all the weapons they want to, stockpile all the bullets they want to. He's going to overcome them. Read.
For he is Lord of lords.
He's what?
Lord of lords.
Lord of lords, read.
And King of kings.
Read on.
And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
Those are that 144, man. Those are the chosen that are called chosen and faithful. Angels. A lot of y'all don't even know we angels. A lot of these terms you can use 1 and 2, 3, 4, 4 sometimes. Let's go to Psalms 2 and 9. When you get there, read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 9. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
How is he going to destroy these nations?
With a rod of iron.
Read.
Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
They don't have a pot to piss in, man. So, and a lot of it is they're going to use mind games with us. A lot of Israelites going to try to stand up and fight too. A lot of them are in their army. They're going to think they fighting aliens. A lot of them going to be put to death, man. So that's why I try to tell people, do not let your child go into that service, man. They're going to brainwash them. They say the army is the second penitentiary. Revelation 17, 12, 15. Because what? You can't go nowhere, can you? You can't leave base, can you? Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth,
where America cities, read,
are people.
So you got a lot of different nations here, read.
And multitudes,
read on.
And nations, and tongues.
Why do you think just 20 years ago, did anybody see these many Africans around here? Did anybody see these many Arabs, different ethnic, different nationalities? Did anybody see this? You go in Walmart now, you don't know, you thinking you in a foreign country. Who's running the corner stores? Matter of fact, who's in 7-Eleven? A lot of Ethiopians. Who's at the hotels? A lot of these hotels you stop by on the highway somewhere. See, a lot of y'all ain't seeing that. They everywhere. They all got sections of certain business. Esau set them up. Esau packing up and getting up out of here. He already knows it's going down around here. It's just the Edomites that got the work. See, the ones that got money, they out of here. Where we at?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 51 and 13. Let's get it. Read
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 13. O thou that dwellest upon many waters.
It's telling, it's giving you. The Jeremiah prophesied about it too. Read on.
Abundant in treasure.
What?
Abundant in treasure.
This place is abundant in treasure, man. Read.
Thine end is come.
Thy what?
Thine end is come.
See, this place is done for. I don't know what no one could be hanging on to around here. I'll be praying. Thank you. Read.
In the measure of thy covetousness, the Lord of hosts has sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men.
That's what you're seeing, man. What you thinking just coming down from coming through Mexico? You got a caravan of 7,000 people walking, sleeping outside. When you think about Assad over there in Syria, a lot of them people come over here. A lot of them are here in Babylon. Read on.
As with caterpillars.
Those are terrorists. Read.
And they shall lift up a shout against thee.
They're going to lift up a shout. They're going to attack this place soon, man. That's why I keep trying to tell you, watch where you go. You thinking that you thinking that Israel over there flattening some of their peoples, and these peoples are not understanding America is backing them. When you really think about it, these fake Arabs thinking they Islam, and you got these people that's calling themselves Christians, Catholics, they ain't nothing but you're really dealing with the Crusaders and Islam, the same fight. And they gonna get into it soon. I pray that it happen tonight. Revelations 17 and 16, we coming to an end. They can get the squabbling tonight. I'll drive right past them. I ain't rooting for neither one. Kill each other. Read out.
The book of Revelations, chapter 17, verse 16. In the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
See, these countries, because of their economic crisis, the things that they're going through, they're going to hate this place. Because they're going to see, they're going to somehow in their mind, they might think in America, they still over here balling. Read.
And shall make her desolate.
They're going to destroy this place, man. They're going to make America desolate. Read.
And naked.
And what?
And naked.
And naked. See, and naked. Defenseless. Read.
And shall eat her flesh.
And going to eat the flesh when the thermonuclear missiles hit. Read.
And burn her with fire.
They got the EMP missiles. Electronic magnet pulse. They're going to knock America power system, grid system out. And this place is going to be naked. Everything here works on the grid system. I'm pretty sure they probably trying to have backup power, but once it hit, it's going to make America defenseless. It's going to go black here. People ain't going to be able to get their medications. People ain't going to be able to go to Walmart and get to the corner store and get their Swisher sweets. So you know they're going to be going nuts down there in the hood. No gas stations open. Because what? It runs on power. People's got oxygen machines. They're not going to be working. Food in your refrigerator is not going to be kept cool. Give me that video right quick,
Back me or sack me, said Italy's young and ambitious prime minister. But Italy's voters chose to sack Matteo Renzi, handing him a withering defeat of his reform referendum. But developing in the last couple of hours, he has offered his resignation. It has not been accepted yet. So while we wait to see how that plays out, Italians fed up with the EU might be getting ready to say addio to the euro.
Britain already gone.
This matters to your money, folks, because Italy is Europe's fourth largest economy. Joining us now via Skype from Ireland, former EU ambassador to the U.S., John Bruton. He was also the Prime Minister of Ireland in the 90s and engineered the so-called Celtic Tiger economy, which fueled amazing 11% growth in the country. So you've got some real chops here, sir. Thank you for joining us. Let me get right to it. Are we looking at this saying, oh, those crazy Italians, it's them again, changing their government for the 58,000th time? But I have to ask, should what just happened in Italy concern our investor audience here at Fox Business?
Not in the short term. Italy does have a long-term problem that their economy is growing through slowly. Their government debt is capable of being serviced, but it is too large. They have to restructure their banks. But there is time to do all of those things. It would have been better if Prime Minister Renzi was able to continue with the stable government. There will now be a period when a new government will have to be formed. But his party has a working majority, which will enable them to carry on until the election is due in about 18 months' time.
So what is the investor impact here for us? Let's say people don't even own a single Italian-based stock or a company that does business with Italy.
I think nothing very significant. There will be, if necessary, the European Central Bank will intervene if yields on Italian bonds get too high. But I think that's going to be a temporary phenomenon. In the long run, there are certain things that need to be done to stabilize the euro, like the introduction of a mutual deposit insurance across the eurozone.
I know y'all understand that he's saying. He might well say, man, we don't.
Of some of the rules. But generally speaking, I think there's nothing.
Yeah, like Fred Sanford when the police was talking, everybody was looking at the black cop to see what he was saying. They basically telling you, man, they ain't got a pot to piss in. That economy is not coming back. But keep playing the video.
Well, Ambassador, you sound calm, but you are more of what some people would say is a traditionalist, or, as they call it, an establishment politician, because back in the day, people follow different rules. Italians are pretty frustrated at the moment. And you look at the Italy version of Brexit, which is Italy. We could put a whole bunch of different ones. There's Frexit for France.
See?
Portugal, we could put it up on the screen. To Portugal, finish. Austria instead of Austria, check out. Who's next? Is it Italy? I mean, they might have no choice. They may get jettisoned if they can't keep their metrics up to EU standards.
Well, first of all, I don't think this was an anti-establishment vote, really. In fact, what Renzi wanted to do was to promote change, and some of the establishment figures, like former Prime Ministers D'Alema, were against Renzi's proposal. So the establishment...
The economy is gone.
I think the problem is low growth in Italy. They're not growing enough to get their debts down to a sustainable level, and we need to find ways of releasing the potential of the Italian economy. There isn't enough internal competition in Italy. There are lots of oligopolies that are keeping prices unduly high, and that's not allowing Italy its economy to breathe. And they can't devalue anymore.
That's it,
now that they're in the...
They just giving you a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Those places are in financial dire, man. They at their bottom, man. You just seen what America did when it said the banks was too big to fail. That basically was just robbing us. If you got a business, why didn't they give you a loan? Why did they give you that money? And that money that they was giving out, I remember they used to send you extra checks. That was trying to get this economy back rolling. Right now, the stock market is inflated, and at any time, it can drop 10,000 points. You're gonna start seeing Edomite jump out buildings like clockwork. They ain't used to poverty, man. A lot of them that's been living good, passing that blood money down. I'm just trying to tell you, y'all better start expecting these things. Isaiah 13 and 17. Understand these things. It's going to happen. And I'm waiting.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them.
See, who's the modern day Medes? You're talking about Iran today. Right now, America just dropped sanctions on them. And they hot as hell over there. See, you got Iran. You got Putin over there. You got China. And I know Venezuela just dropped the dollar. See, it's happening in clockwork, people. These other countries are going to follow. Read on.
Which shall not regard silver.
They not worried about no silver. Read.
And as for gold,
Read.
they shall not delight in it.
They're not worried about that because America got all these sanctions. A lot of this is to keep starve out their peoples. That's what sanctions is all about. Read on.
Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces.
Those bows are missiles. Read.
They shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb.
They're not going to have no pity. Read.
Their eyes shall not spare children.
Their eyes is not going to spare children. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. Watch what you're doing. Jeremiah 50 and 41. Watch what you're doing these days. You somewhere want to enjoy yourself? There it is. The Judgement's job is to warn our people. Read out
the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 41. Behold, a people shall come from the north.
Russia. Read.
And a great nation.
Russia is a great nation. Read on.
And many kings shall be rised up from the coast of the earth.
Many of those nations we speaking about, China, they all gonna rise because they really thinking China is the next big thing. China going, and we're gonna lock y'all up too, Chinamans. A lot of y'all Edomites over there anyway. The original Chinamans probably up in the hills somewhere, the dark skins. Read on.
They shall hold the bow and the lance.
They gonna hold what?
The bow and the lance.
That's those missiles, man. Thermonuclear missiles coming. Read.
They are cruel and will not show mercy.
These are things that are not going to show mercy on this country. Read.
Their voice shall roar like the sea.
Boom, boom. When they hit, you're going to hear them coming. They're going to be roaring. That's what he's talking about. Read.
And they shall ride upon the horses.
Read on.
Every one put in array, like a man to the battle, against thee, O daughter of Babylon.
What is America?
O daughter of Babylon.
Revelation 17:17, man. That's why we're warning people about this place. This place is done for. America can drop dead. Read out
the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 17. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will.
See, the Most High gonna put it in their minds, man. Matter of fact, give me Proverbs 21 and 1. The Most High put it in their minds. They put it in their spirits because these things got to be fulfilled. See, because a lot of time people don't know the power is in control of everything. Read out
the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Read.
As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
Whatever the Most High want to do, he can make this man do it. So we understand. That's why I keep trying to tell you. We need to be working as a nation, Israel. We got to come out of that mindset, that nigga mindset of not supporting each other. That's showing you building in spirit. That's showing you that you understanding what this movement is about. That's showing you when I tell you young ox, stay out of their establishment. A lot of y'all like to go in there and get y'all some hot wings, from Puckers or whatever these places are. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to do a class on marriage. And a lot of times we have marriage construed with Esau marriage. You wine and dine. You got to take her out and show her the world, show her the city, man. She better sit her simple tail down somewhere when there's no restaurants and no stores open. She can't cook. She can't even take flour and make meal and make a good biscuit. So start learning these basics, sisters. See, some of y'all, matter of fact, I just had some cake mix with salmonella in it. Now, how you get salmonella in cake mix? That's crazy, ain't it? So, sister started learning how to cook from scratch. I tell you, my grandmother used to cook you some biscuits, boy, make you run through a brick wall. You'll smell them when you sleep. Whoa! Revelation 17:17. I'm just telling y'all the truth. My grandmother used to cook from scratch. She didn't have a quick big mix, shake and bake. I'm telling you, her food, you didn't have. I'm telling you, man, there was no other cook like her. I was letting you know, when they used to cook back then, they used to cook from scratch. They used to put the meal in the flour and get 2/3 of sugar and a little piece of salt over it. Sisters today, let me go get me some biscuit. Sisters, the little ladies in the kitchen, they want it quick too. I'm telling y'all start getting the recipes together. I'm telling you, that's some of the best eating. Read
the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 17. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will.
See, he have put it in their minds, read.
And to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled.
See, they're under the authorities of this wicked society, this wicked nation. Read.
And the woman which thou sawest is that great city.
That country. Why do you think you got that statue of Apollos out there? Read.
Which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Because they use America army to rule to rule everybody. You get these elite pissed off, they gonna send America down there for you. They got things that they can send a bug or fly and blow a building down there. Hey, Israel, shalom.